My name is Haywood Barber. I am the founder of Smart Life University, and my biggest passion is to coach, teach, and train people how to have a better life. My sole purpose is about people. And let me tell you, I love people. I love people just as much as I love myself, and I think that that is a key point, that when we love ourselves deeply, it's very simple and very easy to love others. And I do. I have a strong passion for people and seeing people grow. Because what I know about people is that there's more in them than they're fully aware of, as I've learned about myself. Smart Life University is actually in the name. It's actually a smart way of conveying truly good information to have a good life, to have a better life, to make things simplified in your life, to be smart about life. And it is a strong, long passion, even before the name was arrived. But it seemed as though that the name just fell in my lap. The most important reason why I was compelled to have Smart Life receive me as well as I received Smart Life is because so many people, the Haywood Barber that you see in front of you, from New York City, from the projects of New York City, the development of me was a result of a team of people that you might not even be able to call a team, but they were just so many people instrumental in my life. I can tell you from 10 years old, 12 years old, 13 years old, the people that were instrumental in my life that made me a better person, made me good enough, an expert at being who I am and honing in on my craft, was a team of people so early in my life that I didn't even really understand, and probably until maybe 15 years ago, that that's what made me me. Well, I heard a story once before that, there's actual collectiveness in chaos. And it all came together, and all the pieces just seemed to fall out of the sky in a perfect way. And that is Haywood Barber. And that's how I got the passion for people, because people had a passion for me. And I love that, because I'm receiving so much from it as a result. I'm telling you right now that it's all about people and helping them develop into where they want to be and what they want to do. I grew up in the projects in New York City, and I know a lot of people, when I say that, they look at me like, wow, you must have went through complete hell all the time. Well, no, it wasn't that way. I mean, I think that I had a very balanced childhood. I still did the same things where we hear about Beaver and Cleaver, and what's the North Carolina show, right? With Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith show. I still had that, and I saw that, I identified with that. My parents were together, they're still together, and it really gave me a good balance and made me a complete person. But growing up in the projects, I learned a lot. I learned the difference between right and wrong very fast. And I actually went down a lot of those paths, the wrong path, a couple of times. And it quickly made me aware of myself. And if I wanted to live that way, then it's my choice. If I wanted to live the other way, great. And I was good. I tell you, what it all amounted to, I was in the car business for nearly 20 years. And a lot of people, while I was in the car business, going through the different changes and they're growing into different positions and going into management, the word natural always came up, natural leader. And I was a leader on the floor, and I had different chants that I would make and that would get the team rah-rahed up. And it did very well. And I had a lot of success in the car business, but I felt like I was falling into a conformist position, even though the money was good and was bigger and more than the average incomes, but it still didn't feel like I was my own man. And I always wanted to be my own man. I always felt like if I was putting in that much hustle, that much work, it had to be something that had my name on the building. So that led me into going into real estate investing. But even if I pause, I come back a little bit, I went into mortgage banking. I became a mortgage banker and learned everything that there was to know about mortgages and how to put homeowners or would-be homeowners into a house. That worked out very well. Didn't pay quite what I needed to live off of. So real estate had always been an idea of mine, real estate investing. And at this time, there was a lot of people going around teaching no money down process, right? Skeptical though, because I'm from New York. You gotta remember, I'm from New York, so I don't wanna believe in the fact of what somebody is just saying. I wanna see it on paper. Because one time I was conned in New York City for a lot of money and a gold chain, but that taught me how to analyze people when they tell me anything. So went into real estate investing by way of some home courses where I got on television. And it opened my mind up and my head into thinking that it can be done. Real estate investing can be done with the premise of no money down, or anyway, no big sums of money. So I dug in, learned everything I could, and still the process didn't work for me. So that's what really led into me starting to teach and train and giving people the aspect of one-on-one training, holding their hand. Because it took me, my story goes, it took me 5.5 months to achieve the goal of doing one deal. Now this was after actually maybe a year or 2 years of not quite grasping the concept in order to put my toe even in the water. So finally, when I did put my foot in the water and reached out again to people that turned around to help me, which again, just seemed like the heavens opened up, if you would, that made it possible. And that's when I learned that not only is a person like me that has the energy and the persistence to do it on my own was really not the key. The key was taking clues, because success, I believe in success leaves clues. So start hanging around the people, and that's what I did. I went to investment clubs and real estate investment clubs and started hanging around the people that actually were doing deals and got rid of all the people that was just talking. And that's what worked for me. So eventually it took me 5.5 months of persisting, reading, and taking myself outside of my comfort zone. And it took 5.5 months to do my first deal. I gotta tell you, the teachable moment is when you meet someone, they've been doing everything that they can to get across the goalpost. And then you give them your wisdom from maybe even something you just learned a month ago, right? Just a month ago, or even a week ago. You turn around and you teach that to them, and you give them a blow by blow, step by step. And then you can see in their eyes right then and there where it goes ding. But not only goes ding, but actually they take it, they walk with it, they run with it, and guess what? They get across the goalpost. So they actually make something happen. And then what does that do for me? Or what I'll tell you, what it did for me was say, this is your calling. This is your gift. So when you were in the car business, you were teaching and training on the floor just because it was your nature. It was my nature, right? It was my nature to give. They got it. It helped so many people out. Those ones, at the time I was smoking cigarettes, we'd go outside and we smoke and we talk. I talked with the other new salesman, the rookie, right? And then he gets it. You see the ding. And then the satisfaction that I was getting, the holistic feeling that it gave to my heart that somebody got it. That is such a gratifying feeling. Makes me feel grateful. Then they're grateful. And it happened. That was Smart Life University. Smart Life University maybe took 10 years to manifest, going through teaching and training in real estate investing to this day, having it, to having the day that it was actually born. Smart Life University, I think when I was putting it together with my PR person, and we came up with the name, right? We were searching, and it felt like, oh my goodness, that's it. That was the name that we always wanted, that I always wanted, that I needed to convey what I want to convey to the world. Nationally, I am able to help people take themselves from what I call A to B, no ABCs. I like to keep everything very simple. So A to B, from where you are now is A, B is where you want to go. In Smart Life University, our purpose is to just give you the A and the B and just get you there. right? So we don't have to go through the whole alphabet in order to get you to accomplish what you want to do in your life and where you want to take yourself. For me to typecast my student would almost be, because I get people from all backgrounds, it would be very tough for me to typecast my client because all types of backgrounds, all different parts of the world even, because, of course, America is a melting pot. So I've had the privilege of teaching people from India, China, Asia, Africa, everywhere around the country. People from my exact background I've been able to help. People that have already had a good measure of success. Now those people I love a bunch, right? Because they come to me a lot of times because they already understand the concept of business. They already understand the concept of greater, right? And a lot of times knowing the fact that they are taking themselves from a place of, all right, I got 3 revenue streams, but I would like to add another one. Or are there any other good ideas? Which I think is a great concept in life. If you can stack your life with more and more good stuff, then at the end of the day, you have a smart life, right? Just only because you're stacking yourself with good stuff. There are people that are fully aware that they want more, they see more, and they know that more is available. And those people, now I have to say that those backgrounds do vary, right? Sometimes they are very, very poor, but they already understand that there is a gift in them and this needs to be developed. And people come to me all the time. I'm this close, but I don't know how to get over the line. And what Smart Life University has? A way to get over the line. And the process is simple. I don't ever want to make anybody walk away with easy, but simple. Right? We make it very step-by-step, a methodical process that the experience is unlike anything else that they've ever experienced in any teaching capacity. Now, I'm almost of the belief that this should be instituted in school, maybe colleges and universities, because what I do is I make them feel like somebody is actually right on their shoulder. I'm holding their hand. I make them feel as comfortable as possible through some of the pitfalls where I didn't have someone holding my hand. So I want them to feel like what I was missing. So what I've given in my training is what I wish I had month 1, even though it took me 5.5 months to complete. So that's what I'm giving them every single step of the way. My end result, my goal, my vision, what I see at the end of the day, right, when I finalize my time here, is to know that I have helped as many people, the willing, the ones that want it, and they want it bad, but they just don't know how to accomplish it. But now they have it inside them to succeed and win at will.